Hi, it's Adele, and today is day 3 of our exercises where I'm going to show you and demonstrate the prompts for your daily art practice. And if you haven't already, please click the link below this video and you'll be able to print this out. And there's 16 of the prompts that you can do on a daily basis or on a weekly basis as a theme. I just love doing these to help you kind of just spend 15 minutes, 20 minutes, even half an hour in the studio when you don't have an idea. So yesterday we did the color stacks. Today we're going to do the light blue, dark blue, and the circles and ellipses. So let me show you what that looks like. Now, the light blue, dark blue is this one that I did before. It's called Each Day Use a Different Color, but Continue with the Light and Dark Version. Doing this for an entire week will help you understand a lot about value. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Now this was the one I showed you that I did a while ago. And I put the name of each of the blues. I decided to focus on just one color below so I know what each one of them looks like. So today we're gonna do the same thing, and I like the theme of staying with one color. So I'm gonna do yellows. So that's gonna be the first thing we do, and the second one we're gonna do is the ellipses. There's circles and ellipses, and that is fill your page with different size circles or ellipses and experiment with large, medium, and small ones. And what I did with this one, and that I've explained, but if you haven't heard it already, I saved the palette, the paper palette that I use to paint on, and after it was finished, I just drew circles on it and cut it up randomly and then folded them over in half and then glued them down. So that's what I'm going to do today, and this is the exact palette I used for the one that we did yesterday, which I'm going to show you right now. This is the color stacks that we did yesterday. Now, I did happen to fill in, of course, I could not help myself because we did these two yesterday, but since all the paint was out on the palette, I had to go ahead and do 2 more. So this is what we have. And I named put the names down in just pencil down here so I can refer to that later. So they're dry, so I'm going to roll this up, and I'll show you this is exactly how it works. I'm rolling this up, maybe not too far, but like this, putting a what do you call these? Gosh, my mind has gone blank. But whatever you call those, I put them there to hold them. Clips. Paper clips. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm thinking art, not paper clips. So this is what we're going to do second. I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to look at this. What I'm going to do first is go down and put tape on either side of these. And I'm just going to do probably 2, maybe 3 of the yellows. So I showed you before, but I'm going to show you again. I put down tape along here. And what I do is, if you just pull it off, this is just painting tape. You can have the yellow or the blue. But to make it so it's not too sticky, but sticky enough, I tear a piece off that's this length, and I press it down like must be 50 times, like this. Back and forth, back and forth. You know, back and forth. And I do this actually on my, whatever it is, whatever art smock I'm wearing in the studio, I just do it on my leg 1,000,001 times. But that's, just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So that's what I do for that. So I've already done that already because I wanted to be prepared. So this is it. So I'm going to put this down right next to it. I actually like to do this. You don't have to do this, but I like kind of these straight edges, so it just gives this clear vision. But you don't have to do it this way. You can do it any way you want to. You can just draw a line if you want, or just be more freeform. So I'm going to do something like this, and I'll do a little, maybe a wider one. whatever you think. And one of the reasons I like this is that's why I like the roll is this paper roll. You can I could make it this big or whatever. So that's going to be one. This second one is going to be two, but I can't do it until the other one's dry. So I'm just going to do this. And you can watch the video the day 2 to see how I did this. So I'm going to do it this way. Let's do 2 of these. This is 2 of these. So what we're going to do, okay, now let me show you what I'm going to use for, let me pull this up a little bit so it doesn't stick on the paper. This is the supplies I'm going to use today. I have white acrylic, I have some black, and I'm only going to show you 2 of these. So I think, or maybe I'll do 3. Let's go for it. I'm going to do 3 of these. So I do have 2 extra pieces of tape. So we'll do 3 of these, which are the light blue, dark blue. I'll pull it over like this. So we're going to do this one, and this one. These 2, and I'm going to actually put an X, a light X, so I don't forget to do that. So I'm going to do this one, and this one. So let's start. I have water. I have, let's see, some paper towels, some brushes. Next, I'm going to use pencils and scissors for the circles and ellipses, but don't need those right now. And so I have to decide which 3 I'm going to use to show you. I have cad red yellow. I just took out all the yellows that I have. I have Indian yellow, cad yellow, yellow ochre, Naples yellow, and lemon yellow. This is the only one. I didn't have it in my golden, but I had it in Arteza, heavy body. So anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. And I have white. So I'm going to do ones that I use a lot. I use yellow ochre a lot, so I'll use that. I love Naples yellow, so I'm going to use that. And I think I'll go ahead and use cad yellow. So those are the 3 that we're going to do. So I'm going to do this like this. Let me show you. I'm not going to put it on my palette. I'm going to actually squeeze it out. I'll do the first one. Watch what I do here. Okay, I'm just going to squeeze this fluid because this is going to be the lighter, this is the medium, and this is the dark. So I'm going to do that at the top. I'm going to put a little bit of black, just a little bit. That might even be too much. And then I'm going to put, actually I'm going to do the yellow, cad yellow first. And I'm going to do this. This is how I did it before. And I just put this in the middle. So let's see. Then I'm going to mix it. So I want the yellow. This is kind of the mid-tone. Although yellow is very light. So I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to go down and mix this. Well, I'm going to go up, correction, and do the light version first. And I'm going to wipe these off because I want just the lightest version. So I'm going to do this and then kind of go back and forth. So as you go down, you pick up darker, a little darker. So already, look, that's the lighter version. That's the medium version. I mean, look how quick this takes it. Now I'm going to take most of this off because there. And then this is, now one of the things I love about black and yellow is that it makes a gorgeous green. So take your time when you do this and just kind of play around with the colors, and so you can experiment and see. So I'm going to kind of go like this. Oh, look, see, I did that wrong. Oh, I make all my kind of millions of mistakes, and that's okay. But this is the darker version. And I probably don't go too much darker, but maybe I'll correct it. Then the medium version and the lighter version. So I'm going to actually add, I want a little bit more, oh, it's way too much. I mean, the smallest dot of black. And it's really, let's see. Okay, dot that up. Let's see what happens. Okay, my favorite saying, let's see what happens. Okay, just do that back and forth. Then I'm going to wipe it off. Then I'm going to go up a little bit. Kind of just back and forth. just so you see basically a gradation. And I kind of like that, so that's good. One of the things I want to do up here, I'm going to add a little bit more of the white. This is tricky, isn't it? Okay, just a couple of dots of the white. Let's see. Wipe that off, just to make it a little bit lighter. And then you pull it down. Now, I have to say, if I was going to do this and then go down here, then the white would go down there. So you do have, it can be tricky. That's why I wanted to show you how I do it. So this one, and I'm going to put it down here, was, which one was this one? Oh, Cad Yellow Medium. Cad Yellow Medium. And as soon as this is dry, then I will write it down here. So we did that one. Let's try Yellow Ochre. So this is going to be in the middle. Oh, not this one. See, I already knew that because I had the X. Thank goodness. My little markers. So I'll do this like this. Almost running out of this white. And then a couple dots of the black here. Well, okay. Got to be so careful there. Now, let's see what happens there. Okay, let's see. This is kind of stressful to me because I want it to work. And sometimes if it doesn't work, that's okay too. So again, I'm going to start in the middle and kind of just go back and forth, and this middle area is going to be the medium. Then I'm going to wipe this off, and then kind of slowly go up here, back and forth. Okay? Now let's see. Then go back here again, kind of up and down. This is almost all white. So I'm going to wipe this off. Because if you go from light to dark, you're going to bring the light down. So I really want to bring this up a little bit, just like that. So I'm going like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to go black here, and then, whoo, that is really black. Total black. So, okay, let's correct. And I basically, there's always correction and editing. You just always have that. So there's no sweat about it. You just kind of like, okay, that dried really fast. So what we're going to do is, let's bring a couple of things like this. We're going to bring this down in here. Okay, this is Yellow Ochre. Now let's go to town with that. And again, I'm going down, back and forth, back and forth. And then I'm going to wipe this off. You have to kind of wipe this off a lot. And if I go up, mostly I want to go from here down. So the darkest is below. Let's do this. And again, like this is already dry. It's not working 100%. And that's okay. That's what these are for. These are to experiment with. Totally experiment with. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the Yellow Ochre right in the middle there. Look at the difference already. Okay. But I love seeing the values. Okay. Going up. This is still wet down here, so, which is great. It's a green, gets to a darker and darker green. All right, so that one's done. One more, and then we'll move on into the circles and ellipses. Again, oh, I'm almost out of this. Come on, come on, come on. Begging you to keep it up just a little bit. I'll have to add some water in here. Now this one, oh yeah, I'm going to do Naples Yellow. Oh, and I want to write, this one was Yellow Ochre. And this is going to be Naples Yellow. Okay, so let's do this one. And look how the thing I like about putting the tape on is that you can see immediately what things look like in comparison. So then you've got that, and I'm going to bring this down a little and dash the tiniest dash of black. Let's see. There. One dash of black. Okay. This is trickier than I remember, but That's why I tried to pick the ones to show you that are a bit trickier so that you could see kind of how to do it. So let's do this. So again, we're going to start in the middle and go back and forth, and come down here. Because the whole middle's like this. And then we're going to start getting lighter. Once we hit the white, I'm wiping this off so it gets lighter and lighter. I want to make sure I get to the edges. And this paper might, there it goes, sticking a little bit. Oh, I love that. Now, light. Look at the difference in these medium tones. Okay, you know what? I'm going to actually wipe off some of this black. It was way too much before. Look how little you need. And instead of going up from the black, I'm going to go down. Let's see. And a little bit more of that black down here. But we know it gets the different greens, so let's do this. I still want to see the yellow here and the black. I'm going to put the black this time on my palette and just pick up a little bit there. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Well, it certainly isn't as green. This is like a deeper green. This is a different green, and this is another kind of green. And then we're going to wipe this off. Wow, I think this is so cool. So those are the three. And I'm going to wait to take those off in a minute, to take the paper or the tape off, because before I do that, I'm going to roll this out to do the next section. And this next section is going to be, I'm going to turn this over because I don't want to depend on exactly what I'm going to use here. I kind of like surprises, so I'm going to do it this way. And I'm going to do several large ones that are kind of similar in size. I'm going to do 2 medium ones. Well, that kind of looks large. And then maybe a small one. But fill up the page like this. And ellipses. And we'll see which ones fit. So let's see what we have. Wait, I definitely want at least 2. So 2, 4, 6. I need one more. You have to have an even number because if you split it up, there we go. So now we're just going to cut it out and see what we have. Okay. And you don't have to cut these in 2, but you might want to. So I'm going to do this. Let's keep going around. I'll put all the trash over there. And I'm going to leave the surprise till the end. And I love all these remnants. You can save these palettes and put some medium on top and then let it dry and then later pull it off and you have some fabulous acrylic skins. So 1, 2. If you do it on the other side, you could do one of these on one side, one of these on the other, and you don't even have to do it this way. You could just have another idea for circles and ellipses. But this is just so cool because we're using something that we already have. Okay. So I may not need to cut out all of these, but I just want to give you an idea. Let's see if we need any more. So what I'm going to do is fold this in half. Fold each of these in half. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. And then I'm just going to cut and rearrange. Okay, it's not too sticky. 1, 2. Let's hope they're not sticking. It's kind of hot in here. 1, 2. Let's see what else. Ooh, look at this. I think I might need to do some more. Not sure. 3, 4. Whoops. 5, 6. So say we did this. We need another big one. Because we have, this is big. I'd say this is kind of medium. And these are small. Oh, here. Thought I lost one. So, yes, let's do another one of these. Let's do a big one. Let's do a big one so you can see the effect. Might have been better for me. Look, they're kind of dark. I wish I had some of that orange. Do I have any of that orange? You know what? I'm just going to, I know I want some of this orange, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this over here because I do want some of these colors. Okay. So I'm going to do this. Let's see. Let's see where we are. So, all right, let's fold it and cut. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want it to be perfect. Things are so much more interesting if they're not perfect. So we have this and this. Maybe not quite as colorful as if I had turned it over. I love this one and maybe this one. But you see how that is? This one and this one. Even this. I love this. The kind of dynamic. It's a wonderful dynamic. And you just kind of put the two together. If you don't, let me take a look at this and see if this is all blue and green. But I might put a little bit of red. This kind of red, just to jazz it up a little bit. See, I mean, it's just so creative. Everybody is going to do something different. You could do a long ellipse. You could do just a round thing. So, and I'm just going to cut it in half. All right, let's see. Let's see if any of these match up, even just the tiniest bit. Here we go. Okay, so we have this and this. And however you want to put these down and glue them, that's good. I even like this small one on here. And if you want, you can always, if one's like much bigger or smaller, you can just adjust it to the size that might be closer to fit the other one. Now I cut it smaller. Cool. But anyway, now I would go glue this down with matte medium. This will act as a glue. So that's this one. Now let's take off, and you pull it off low and away from the paint. And look how great. It's not sticking at all because I must have gone on and a little bit there, taken the adhesive, taken this tape and pressed it on my leg or my smock about a million times. So there's that. Two more. Let's see. Two more. Okay, see that one was a little tear. So I'm gonna came up. I'm gonna glue it later. So these are tricky. 1, 2, 3, and then these two I'll finish another time. Look how wonderful. And look what happened here, which I love. Accidents are great. Just uncalled for yellow that from here that got in. Oh, you know what? Look, the black. Okay, because I guess I should move my palette. Let's put it over here, but I'm going to keep that because I like that. So this is what we did today. This is the older one. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to go on in here. I'm going to glue these down. So these were, what did we do today? We did the light blue, dark blue, although it was yellow, light yellow, dark yellow, and the circles and ellipses. So please do me a favor, and if you do any of these, put them on social media and hashtag Art with Adele Daily Prompts. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you in the next video.